Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez-Williams, and I have gotten back from the pool. I didn't change yet, but I am making a curry, a coconut curry, ground beef, and cauliflower rice. You can make this as a one-pot meal like I'm doing, or you can just switch it up slightly, and I'll tell you how to do that and make it into a casserole that you cook in the oven. So I'd love to know what you would do. Casserole or one pot meal or like a skillet. And I have 1 pound of ground beef. You could also do it with 2 pounds, like anywhere between 1 and 2 pounds of ground beef. A lot of my older recipes, this recipe is a recipe I made in 2019. And a lot of my older recipes, my girls were really little. They were a lot littler than now. They were like 4 and 5.5. And so since they were littler, they ate a lot less protein. But now they're bigger and they eat a lot of protein. So now most of my recipes will have 2 pounds of ground beef versus 1. But back then, I didn't need the extra protein for them because they were eating it, but they didn't need as much. So you can adjust that based on who's eating with you. I am adding to this a tablespoon of avocado oil. A tablespoon of avocado oil. And we're going to cook our meat first, and then we're going to cook our rice with our meat after that. And then we're going to, that'll be almost it. Also with this, I almost forgot, we have a like a half of a big onion. So this is like a small onion or half a big onion. And I forgot to I wanted to get the garlic smelling with the oil first and the onion before I added the meat. So you could do that if you'd like. That's what my recipe is for us to do, but I didn't do it. It can happen at the same time as well. So I'm going to mix it all together, but you can start to kind of saute the garlic if you're using, especially if you're using fresh garlic or minced garlic. Get the garlic sauteing with the onion so to get more of those flavors. If you like curry, put the word curry in the comments. I would love to know if you like curry. I love curry, and I love coconut. And my husband's not eating with us tonight. His sister's in town. And so they're eating out tonight together, and that means that when he doesn't like coconut. So whenever he's out of town or out of not eating dinner, I find things to eat to make that he doesn't love, and this is coconut is one of them. Things that have like coconut oil in it, or coconut, this says coconut milk. All right. Tell me in the comments where you live. I would love to say hi. It's been another beautiful day here. The girls are still at the pool. One of our friends is bringing them home because they wanted to stay longer. Then I needed to come home to cook, and I'm gonna even have a walk tonight at 7:30. So I've got a full evening ahead. And I was having so much fun chatting at the pool with some friends that I did not get to swim today, but I did walk already twice, and I'm going to walk once, and I'm going to walk again. So tell me how you moved your body. I would love to know. And then tell me curry in the comments. Make sure to give me thumbs up, hearts, share this video so that more people can see that they too can do this. So now we're going to add our garlic. I almost have it ready. Not ready, but I was getting my meat unclumped together. So we're using 3 cloves of garlic, or a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, or a half a tablespoon of minced garlic. And then we're going to start with 1 teaspoon of pink salt. We're going to add some more pink salt later. And then we have a few more spices. Actually, 2 more spices to add as we get this cooking. So we'll get closer to that. I would also love to know if you go to the pool in the summer, if you spend time at the pool in the summer or have a local pool, put pool in the comments. I would love to know if you spend time at the pool. Our local pool is kind of, well, we stay, the girls, we normally travel every 3 months for a month at a time because we world school. And that's our rhythm that we have determined for our family. But in the summer months, we stay put most of the time. We'll go on some like day trips, or sometimes we'll travel, have one smaller trip. But mostly we stay put because we go to the pool, and the girls play at the pool every single day for hours at a time. They love it. I have friends, they have friends, it's all fun. And I get to move my body. I like to teach water aerobics and swim lessons. So tell me what you like to do at the pool. If you go to the pool, are you a pool goer that sits and chats, or a pool goer that likes to sun yourself, a pool goer that likes to like get in the water and play, or get in the water and work out? What type of pool goer are you if you are a pool goer? All right, this is almost browned. I have like one more red piece that I need to make sure gets, I want to make sure that it gets cooked. All right, now, we are good to go. I think we're good. Tell me where you're watching from. I would love to say hi. And what you're eating tonight. What is your high protein, low carb food? What is your protein? What is your veggies? What are your healthy fats? All right, now we are good to add the rest of our stuff. So we're gonna add first our cauliflower rice. So I have 2 bags of cauliflower rice. Let me grab scissors, excuse me. Grab some scissors. And add this in. So this recipe is super simple because it doesn't involve a lot of ingredients. There are a few spices, but it's not ingredient heavy. It's not like not very few, but it's also not a ton of different veggies. It's just this one veggie and just this one protein. All right. 2 bags of cauliflower rice. I'm going to mix that real quick. And then we're going to add a few more ingredients and a couple more spices, and then it's just going to saute till the cauliflower rice is cooked, which is about 10 minutes. So, let me get that mixed. I like to squish all the, like, since it's frozen, I like to squish, let it sit out a tiny bit of time, like just the amount of time that I've been preparing the rest of the ingredients, and then I just like to let it sit a little bit so that I can break up the clumps. It's just so much easier to break them up by my hand instead of once they're in here. All right, let me show you what this looks like. It looks delicious. Now I'm going to add to this our 3/4 cup of mayonnaise. Like mayonnaise, this is a creamy curry. So again, the best mayonnaise to use is going to be full fat and avocado, the fat being avocado oil or MCT oil. The brands that I have seen of that are Chosen has MCT. And then there's lots of brands that have avocado oil. It just depends on if you can find them or not where you live. A lot of the bigger grocery stores have them. Costco has them. Not the MCT one. That one's a lot harder to find. And my husband does not like the taste of avocado in his mayonnaise, so we don't get that one. He doesn't mind, though, the taste of the MCT. It doesn't have any taste, so if he doesn't taste that, I would say the better option is going to be a one that says olive oil, even though usually those still have other oils in it. Now we're going to add coconut milk. So you want full fat and and unsweetened coconut milk, a whole can of it. This is like a 14-ounce can. So it's going to be a little bit soupy, but some of it will evaporate as it cooks. And And then I'm gonna add a couple more spices, and then it's just sauteing it. I'll show you. All right, I'm gonna turn my heat up just a little bit. Here you go. Now it's extra white. You can see that it's soupy. It's soupy, but not like overly soupy. And if you add more meat, like another pound of ground beef, it'll be perfect. Now I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay. And then I'm going to add another 2 teaspoons of pink salt. 1, 2. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon. And actually my recipe says 3 tablespoons of curry powder. I'm gonna let you do this to your taste because I think it's great. But I would start with like 1.5 and then add more to your taste so that it's not like too much curry for your preference. I'm gonna do 2 just because I only have 1 pound of ground beef. So it depends on, like, if you put in the comments, would you do 1, 2, or 3 tablespoons of curry? Like, how much curry do you love? Do you love it being super curry-like or less curry? I like more curry. So I might actually, we'll see. I might be ending up adding another tablespoon of curry. It's also it's like diluted a little bit because of the mayonnaise and because of the the coconut milk. So actually, I think I'm just gonna add my 3 full tablespoons because that's what my recipe is. And then of course to mine, I am adding cayenne pepper to my personal portion. The girls won't be able to manage that, but I am going to love that. Let me grab 1 more tablespoon of curry. All right. And then I think that I'm gonna double check over here to make sure I didn't miss an ingredient, but I believe that I have them all. Yes, I do have them all. So now we have a very much different color of a dish. And I'm gonna put a timer on for 10 minutes and then it's good. It's ready to be eaten. Now you can eat it, a lot of curry dishes, like if you go to an Indian restaurant or a Thai restaurant, a lot of curry dishes will have a lot of extra liquid like this. So that's not a bad thing. But if you want to like not drain it, but like use a slotted spoon to serve it, you can do that as well. It's up to you. Now, if you were making a casserole, you would put all of this into a 350 degrees into a like casserole dish, a baking dish, and then add some mozzarella cheese on top and cook it for 15 minutes so that the cheese melts. That is a way. On my original recipe, 2019, that was the other way to make it. Would be as a casserole in that way. All right. I definitely would add, if I had another pound of ground beef, I would add that for us. If I had that. Now you can see it. You can see that there is meat. It's just that you can also see there's a lot of rice. There's a lot of coconut milk. So good. And that is it. So from my house to your kitchen, global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Make sure to heart, share, like, and I'll see you soon. Okay, from my house to your kitchen, global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye.